example is I'm pretty sure you've seen or heard about The Last Dance with the joint with it. Man, that right there, it did a lot. I mean, everybody's saying it did better for Scotty and everything, man. It got all these new guys caught up on what's what. For me, it was cool because I was born in '83, so I was coherent around like 91, 92. So I remember. I remember watching all of that. So like to see it be played back and be part of history and see that going on. One thing I didn't know, I got a lot of knowledge on it. I didn't know before Phil got to Chicago, he already had won 2 champions. I didn't know Phil Jackson won championships. So between the Knicks, Chicago, then LA, man, this guy got rings on rings. But one thing, the biggest thing, man, is about Phil, Coach Jackson or whatever, call him Phil like I know him and everything. Coach Jackson, even though I never played for him, there's still Coach Jackson out there, man. So one thing about Coach Jackson, man, is dealing with like Rodman, dealing with Jordan, who, you got the best guy on the planet. You got all these different guys, man, and how they broke down. I mean, that thing did for players. It did for, the Scotty part was like, hey, man, if you ain't the guy, man, you know you're the guy, but you got to kind of back down a little bit to support the guy or whatever. So it did that documentary did a lot to show everything. What it did also, it showed coaching, man, like how important coaching is. Meaning that, Phil can go coach for the shit, man. He can Coach Jackson, man, go coach for the worst team in the league. Probably won't win a championship, but he'll bring them up and everything. And the fact you win championships yourself, you win championships in Chicago, you go to LA, win championships. That ain't a fluke, man. And then to deal with all those personalities and everything, deal with Jordan. I didn't know, what they say, like he sent Jordan out of practice. Like who sends Jordan out of practice? Coach Jackson did. Like you let Jordan know that Jordan ain't bigger than the team, man. So like when that right there, man. Yeah, that right there show you the coaching and everything, man, and all the different stuff, man. So on that, man, like what was your? I know it just ended and everything. You watched the whole thing, man. What was your take on the whole deal, man?
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. It gave me a new outlook on Jordan. Because for a while I had this. I didn't like Jordan.
Right.
I love Jordan, and then when things kind of changed, I took a negative. But I didn't understand. You don't understand what he was going through.
Right.
You know what I mean? With the father, the pressure.
Right.
So I took it. I'm looking at him through my human eyes, like he think he did about. No, it's a lot. That documentary made him human to me.
Right.
You know what I mean? It made me respect his grind so much more. You know what I mean? How he pushed everybody on the team. Like even with the Scottie Pippen, like I didn't see the negativity with Scottie Pippen.
Yeah, me either. It was.
You know what I mean? I like to say, I love Scottie. Then through that, I mean, I still like Scottie was always my guy. You know what I mean? Because in basketball, I was in my mindset, I was never the Jordan of any other teams I played on.
Right.
Middle school. But I was a Catholic middle school, so it's different.
Yeah.
But I was never the guy. So Scottie was always, you know what I mean? It just, I didn't see any negativity. Like people saying Scottie was mad. What was he mad about? But it kind of, this documentary showed me a lot of people don't understand sports.
Right.
How to be great. You know what I mean? Because I remember people was talking about one of the first ones when Oakley had slapped Pittman.
Yeah.
Enough that story, and people were like,
everybody blew that up. Yeah. Like, man, they just played this locker room, man.
I said, everybody who said you never played a sport at a high level. Exactly. Because you come into college, you are the baby again.
Yeah.
Things happen. You come into high school, you are like, so if you never even played at any level, then I guess you would see a problem with that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But that is more so, come here, little. It ain't like he punched him in his face.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He ain't like, it wasn't
man, and they don't know if they going crazy over that, man. If they really had a camera in the locker room to see the stuff that goes on, they be flipping out, man.
But that's how you got that. When people start getting on there and texting them, you see from there that they really don't understand what it. You know what I mean? And no matter what you go through, whenever you're at the bottom of the totem pole, you go through stuff. But then you grow. You know what I mean? And Scottie showed me. Only thing is, I wasn't that mad at him for when he didn't go in the game because I get what he was thinking. In my mind, he was like, "Yo,
I'm the guy.
This is my time. I'm the guy, and you made a play for the next." Like when Mike was here, you wouldn't go a final shot play and give me the ball. So now that's my team. Why, even though Kukoc, and I'm glad Kukoc was made to advance him, but I still understood what Scotty was feeling. You know what I mean? That would I have been mad at a player that did that? Probably, but I can't see me not going with my dog in a dog situation.
Right.
But that comes to coaching. I mean, that was a great move by him because it worked.
Right.
You go back to Nick Saban when he made that quarterback change. I can't say that I would have done it, but he did it and it worked. You know what I mean? So sometimes as a coach, you got to do the hard thing that people don't want. I mean, I made some hard decisions, but that's different.
Right.
You know,
right.
hard decisions came from a younger kid outplaying an older kid and making that change. Like, that's what it is. You know what I mean? But this wasn't even a practice issue. This was right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like I say, I love that document. It just made me really respect Jordan's grind. I mean, because he was great, and he put how he talked to people, and how he was pushing buttons on people to make them turn their game up.
Right.
You know what I mean? It wasn't they all men, so like it's different if he, you know what I mean, he ain't walking around spitting nobody's face, or you know what I mean. No, he was turning people up. He wanted to make sure you got it.
Yeah, man. When
the Kerr situation, when they fought, when Kerr swung back on him, he punched Kerr. That's that way of saying, okay, this boy ready. And look at games where he kicked the ball to Kerr in situations where he would usually shoot it. It all went back to when he stood up to him.
Right.
I know he ready. I know he got me. Let's go. And like I said, anybody who don't respect it from that view, that just shows that your level of was low, limited.
Anybody who watched that, like for me, I watched it from again being a high school player, then a college player, and then and then I watch it from a player aspect, and then you watch it from a player coach aspect. So those guys, man, we're all gonna get it different. Like you said, exactly, man. When I seen when Charles Oak that light-hearted tap on the face. Like that, I didn't even think that. I didn't think about that until the next, because ESPN they don't got no sports, so like they talking about the Last Dance like that's sports now because they ain't got nothing to report. Right. So like I'm like, dude, they breaking out every aspect of it, and then Charles Barkley in there. I love Charles, man. He's like breaking down things or whatever, and it's cool to see everybody come out of the woodwork and like what I mean, it's like a drama, but it's not a drama because it's real life. But a lot of stuff like I actually didn't know that Scotty back I watched that final, but I was young, so I just remember Kukoc making it, but I didn't know that Scotty was on the bench. Right. And then I'm pretty sure the announcer said it during the game, but I didn't. As a young kid, you just watching the action. Yeah. Because
I remember that game, but I didn't remember it happening like that. You know what I mean? But then the more respect for Scotty and Mike. The one thing people understand is Mike knew that he needed Scotty.
Right.
And that respect right there was bigger, because I always used to think that, when Mike retired, I was like, let's go, Scotty, it's your time. You know what I mean? And Scotty still did well.
Right.
Mike came back, they just worked, they was yin and yang. They worked so
right.
You know what I mean? And sometimes we have them great combination of players. That's like, remind me when we had Mark at middle linebacker, had James Hall at safety. Them two just worked so well together. You know what I mean? And that's remind me of Mike and Scotty. So when it came down to even that last final when Scotty back went out, you know what I mean? I'm looking like, oh man, come on, you got. And when Mike told him, that's being great, you do more for us on this court half than you could be on that bench right now.
Exactly.
And that's the whole point. And Scotty still, because I've thrown my back out, so I can't imagine.
Oh yeah. And he's a tall guy too, so he got that bigger torso and everything, man.
Ooh, so like I say, the respect level for Scotty, like I say, and I read something the other day where it says Scotty was upset about the series. I don't know what made him upset, because it showed you exactly how I always knew you were. You was a great player. You understood your role. You was humble.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You needed to score 40, you scored 40. If you needed to rebound 25 times, like you did everything that you supposed to do in the situation. I had no issues with that documentary at all.
Yeah. I don't think Scotty lost. Like, I don't know. Like you said, it's the cat. We call them like in MMA, martial arts. You call them the casual fans that like they get online, they read the comments. Now they know what John Jones is going to do and all that stuff. I'm not sure if we follow MMA and stuff like that, but it's like they got the guys who they don't. Again, being that I practice actual martial arts and everything, when you're watching with some guys, hey man, I would do this and do that. I'm like, no, you wouldn't. You wouldn't do that right now, because trust me, I've been in that situation where you about to pass out and somebody's choking you and you get out of it. Sometimes you don't, you tap out. But it's the guys on the sidelines that don't really know how it goes, man. But Scotty, to me, Scotty didn't lose any stock to me personally. If anything, he gained, because
he gained exactly
when it's back, that back part, like, man, dude, I don't know, man. I don't know about you, man, but watching that documentary, especially even when Jordan started like tearing up, man, that thing was like emotional for me, man. Like, as a player, you put yourself in that situation, and that's the difference between us as players of a sport versus a casual Netflix person watching it who just got off work and bored or whatever. That thing, man, like it would, man. I just wanted to play. I don't even play basketball. I played one time, but I played one summer league. But it just makes me I pull motivation from everything I do. Sit down and watch, and that was like, man, it was like, dude, man, like that was so motivating, man, to see that again. To me personally, like I said, you sound like the same. Scotty ain't losing his stock, and I'm glad they ended it like that, because they kind of harped on Scotty being hurt. They played it up because it seemed like they were trying to find a protagonist, antagonist type thing. And then Rodman was like your neutral guy. He was like, man, whatever. I'm gonna go get these boards. I'm gonna be NWO. And Phil again, man. That again, when Scotty sat on the bench, and then they was like, Phil was like, F him. And I was like, damn. Like Phil was, in that mind. Phil didn't have time to worry about feelings right there.
You couldn't.
Yeah.
You couldn't. I understand as a coach, man, that'll be your mindset. You draw the play up, because he drew the play up in his mindset, this is what it's going to take for us to win.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I get, like I said, I understand Phil's side, I understand Pittman's side.
Right.
You know what I mean? The person in the whole documentary that I guess had the roughest time, I think the roughest time was Kukoc.
Yeah.
He was off. You know what I mean? It was that daggone, man, I don't even like to say that dude's name. That GM.
Yeah.
Like you and I get, like, people was mad at the I get why Scotty, when Mike said Scotty being selfish, and people was talking about, oh, you don't understand his money. Mike was not talking about the money side. He was talking about handle your business, whatever your business is, when it's time to play.
Right. Because Jordan had a bunch of stuff outside of there, and he still made it happen.
Yeah. So I get that part, but I understand why Scotty was mad. But I get why even when they told him not to sign that contract, I get it.
Right.
When you come from the dirt,
exactly. Yeah.
You just look. I need longevity. I need money. Because I got to take care of all this. Even though it wasn't a great contract to sign, but he could have easily fixed that a long time ago. Mm-hmm. But when you are a short little piece of,
man, they try to again on the ESPN thing, they was like, everybody's giving Krause a hard time and stuff like that. Man, like that guy clearly, and then the way they picked on him, and Jordan was like, hey man, we about to do practice and everything, and they kept going at him like, dude, that right there, when the players, this is pros, so we talking about guys who already went through all high school, college, all that stuff, they're pros. Right. So their mentality is going to be different. They got to be like that to maintain and stay at that level. And like Jordan say, man, if Jordan was like, hey, man, if you can't take me in practice, man, you ain't going to take Charles Barkley. You ain't going to take.
Yeah, you can't deal with this.
Yeah, so people again outside looking in, they're treating like the pro guys like pick up BNBL and stuff like. Nah, these are pro guys, man. Like They're getting paid millions of dollars. They're making billions of dollars for these guys and stuff like that. So they didn't. Again, they was like, oh man, Jordan, they should have been more grateful and stuff like that. Maybe, but man, you can see. I mean, I don't know Krause, man, but I don't know how they painted it, man. But that didn't look good for him, man.
But like I say, that's what it was. Like he was just one of these people that wanted to be the athlete.
Right. They said
and he never was. Yeah. So he wasn't getting the credit that he thought he deserved.
Right.
So he could take back seat to players. He couldn't take back seat to Phil.
Right.
Coach Jack, that's what hurt him. Like, nah, man, forget. I just sit behind Mike and Scotty and them. I ain't sitting behind you. You know what I mean? So his mindset, like, this man done won you 3 championships. How can you turn around and say you ain't coming back?
Right.
Like, give me the rhyme or reason of what sense that really made.
It was so blatant, man.
You didn't even say that. It was, but the fact that you wanted to be the guy so bad, like, and I'm gonna tell you, a lot of short, stubby people have these complexes.
Napoleon complex.
Yeah. Like I say, you, and that man hands down destroyed your greatness. Because you think of the Celtics. Like each dynasty was able to lose it on the court and pass the torch.
Right.
The Celtics passed to the Pistons. The Pistons passed it. You know what I mean? Passed it to the boy. It was an actual passing of the torch, but he didn't allow that to happen. You know what I mean? Because Chicago should have been able to lose it on the court. And I think they won another. I think they could have won at least one more.
Yeah.
I don't know many more, but they at least could have won one more.
Yeah, they would have kept that team together, man. They would have made it happen. Yeah.
And everybody said they was gonna come back. You know what I mean? But you were so arrogant, and you were so, you know what I mean, and then find out that the owner said that he told Phil, but Phil he did the right thing. Coach asked like, why put myself back in this situation when you got somebody who's out for you?
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's crazy, but like I say, giving power to the wrong people is a dangerous thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've dealt with that in education. You know what I mean? The wrong person got power, and no matter what you do, you're not going to please them, so they're going to try to attack you. No matter you doing everything right, you saving kids, you winning, you doing everything right way, but
it's just something they don't like about you.
Like, because some people, everybody wants to be a star. So when you get in a certain position, you expect that position will make you a star. No, a star.
Right.
You can be a star and be at the bottom of the barrel. You know what I mean? You could be at work on McDonald's, and you could be just a clean table guy. You got a star studding quality in you, it's going to show. You know what I mean? And that's what people don't realize is position doesn't make you great.
Right.
Great comes from within. You know, and those that don't understand that, they try to stay in their position like he did. Because, you know, every time he talked, he was always talking about it's not players or coaches that win. It's the organization.
Man, Joe was like,
no buckets out there. Organization ain't make no buckets. Organization ain't making no subs. Organization ain't keeping Dennis Rodman under control.
Yep.
Okay? So, play your position. You could have sat back and smoked your cigars and just continue to be great.
Yeah.
But your was, I built this. I'm gonna show you I can build it again.
Yeah. So again, for that thing, man, like I say, on the I'm gonna wrap up here in a second, man. But the again, outside of the sports aspect, again, just the life. It was a life, because I take everything I do sit down and watch, man. I try to take value out of it, and even, you know, that thing taught me, man. Like, you can have, I mean, you got to have an ego in certain aspects, but you got to learn when to kind of pull it back and assert it. And one thing is, like, with me, man, like, that guy is like, you get oblivious to, like, the goal or whatever. You got your own thing going on, and, like, for him, man, he just in short, that it was so blatantly obvious what he was doing, man. It was ego driven, and, like, you know, they said it, they pointed it out in the documentary, and it wasn't like slander. It was like, hey, man, this guy just, and they showed the picture of him sitting in the back of the bus or in the middle of the bus, and he just, the look on his face, like, and Jordan and over, they were talking and partying. You just see, like, man, I got all this money in the bank, and I'm still unsatisfied because I'm 5'4" and everything.
You unhappy with yourself. You know what I mean? So you inflicted that on everybody else.
Yeah.
So that's telling you a position and money don't bring greatness and don't bring joy.
Yeah, and probably that respect right there. He probably figured, because he's a GM, like, you know, when Scotty was, you know, Scotty had, you know, they said Scotty was going on it pretty hard and everything.
He should have been.
Yeah, and it's like you're not. He probably thought that position was going to gain respect.